So it's been quite a long time, so I thought I should probably do a video update. I actually made a video last month and I thought it posted, but apparently it never uploaded, so sorry about that. But I just had yesterday my follow-up appointment in oncology, so I thought I would do a little update, show you how it's going. First of all, my hair is really filling in. It's a bit dark at the back. I think it's coming in the same though. A lot of people have said, oh, your hair's so much darker. I'm like, well, I used to highlight my hair, so it probably, and obviously I'm not highlighting my hair right now, so that's why it might seem darker, but I think it's pretty much the same at this point. I was under the impression that I would go for a PET scan, and I somehow misunderstood my oncologist, and we just did blood work for yesterday's appointment. So to be honest with you, I was a little bit upset not to do a PET scan. It's always nice to have that reassurance of a clear scan, obviously. So yeah, that didn't happen. So basically I just went in for my follow-up appointment. My blood work was apparently doing good. It was where it should be. I sometimes find that I go into these meetings and I don't get the full story. And I think part of that is just my healthcare team trying to be, keep me positive and optimistic, but I also am a realist and I like to know what's going on. So that's okay. I tend to have a ton of questions once I leave. I think of everything. Because they don't really tell you unless you ask. And so it's kind of hard on the spot sometimes to come up with questions and to ask and anyways, get the full story, but that's okay. So now I'm just trying to figure out, actually maybe I should probably explain that, I think I've been doing pretty well. I sometimes get tired though, and I find that if I am super busy in a day, I'm very tired, where if I, there's just times where I just get probably more exhausted than normal. So that was a concern that I brought up to my oncologist. But yeah, it sounds like that's normal. I don't know. All of my symptoms leading up to my diagnosis of Hodgkin's lymphoma they were all so sneaky, right? They were all little minor things over years. And then now looking back, I'm like, oh, that was a symptom. That was a symptom. That was a symptom. So now it's hard for me to be like, oh, I'm tired. Is that Hodgkin's lymphoma, or is that life being tired? Because I would have never thought a couple years ago when I was that exhausted that it was Hodgkin's lymphoma. So that's my problem, but that's okay. So I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do even coming up to the school year and stuff, as I'm due to go back to work. And I'm a little bit nervous about that for a couple of reasons. First of all, my short-term memory has been horrible. I'm forgetting things all the time. It's very embarrassing. I have to put everything in my calendar, and even if it's in my calendar and I have an alarm that goes off that reminds me, the chances of me forgetting about it are still quite high, which I've never been like that. Appointments and stuff, I never had to really put in my calendar because they'd be in here and that would be good to go. But I'm finding that if I start a task, I will quickly go to another task and just have all these unfinished tasks. And as a teacher, I'm like, how am I supposed to manage a class of 28 kids when I can barely remember if I turn, the washing machine on or where I put my car keys? Oh, they're in the washing machine, things like that. But that's okay. It is what it is, right? So yeah, that's life. It's summer, so that's nice. And I'm still working on my art. I did this one today. So that's been keeping me very busy, and I love doing it. And it's something that I can do, obviously work on every single day, but it doesn't quite exhaust me. I'm not go, go, go. I just kind of go at my own pace, and I enjoy it. It's quiet. I don't have to remember anything really. So I can just work away on it. I don't go for my next test, so this is crazy. So I don't actually go for any tests, apparently. I will not get another PET scan unless I show symptoms. But I probably won't go for another appointment until November now at this point. October, November, apparently. It's really crazy. You just go through this and then you're basically like, yep, you're good, go. See ya. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I feel this, I feel that. They're like, carry on with life. I'm like, shouldn't we test it? I'm like, no, keep going. I'm like, oh, great. I feel really reassured. Otherwise, that's all it's new with me. Hope everyone is doing well.